The gun wasn't pointed at me. It was pointed at my daughter's teddy bear. Mrs. Kong, the man in the black suit said, his Korean accent thick with menace, "Your husband would like a word." My husband. The man I'd married 3 weeks ago for revenge. The man I'd just discovered ran half of Seoul's underground empire. The man currently standing behind me in nothing but a towel, water still dripping from his hair, looking more annoyed than concerned about the armed intruder in our bedroom. "Mihoya," he said casually, like we weren't in a life-or-death situation, "I told you to use the back entrance when my wife is home." But wait. Let me back up, because my mom said this video won't even get 10,000 views or 1,000 subscribers. Please prove her wrong. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and comment where you're watching from right now. You're going to need to see how this story ends, trust me. Now, let me tell you how a single mom from Lagos ended up married to a Korean Mafia boss. 3 weeks earlier, I met Kong Jae-won at my ex-boyfriend's grandmother's funeral, which should tell you everything about how messy my life had become. Darius, my ex, my daughter Zara's father, the man who'd chosen his new girlfriend over his own child, had the audacity to show up with that same girlfriend draped on his arm like a designer accessory. She was wearing white. To a funeral. The disrespect was astronomical. "Amara," Darius had the nerve to approach me during the reception, "we need to talk about reducing my child support. Melissa and I are buying a house." "Melissa can buy a cardboard box and live in it," I cut him off, bouncing 3-year-old Zara on my hip. "You're not reducing anything. You're being unreasonable." Unreasonable. My voice rose an octave. Several Korean aunties turned to stare. "You want to cut support for your daughter to buy a house with the woman you cheated with? Do you hear yourself?" That's when I noticed him. Tall, impossibly tall for a Korean man, at least 6'2". Sharp jawline that could cut glass. Dark eyes that seemed to calculate the exact trajectory of every conversation in the room. Expensive suit that screamed, "I have more money than God." He was watching our argument with the kind of focused intensity that made my skin prickle with awareness. When his eyes met mine, something electric shot through my body. No. Absolutely not. I did not have time for fine men. I was a single mother with her accounting degree and a mountain of student debt. Fine men were a luxury I couldn't afford. He walked over. My heart did a stupid little flutter. "Is there a problem here?" His English was perfect, barely accented, voice deep and smooth like expensive whiskey. Darius puffed up his chest. "This is a family matter." "I'm family," the man said simply. "Kong Jae-won. The deceased was my aunt. And you are?" "Darius Thompson. I'm the deadbeat father causing a scene at a funeral." Jae-won's smile was sharp enough to draw blood. "How embarrassing for you." I nearly choked on my own spit. Melissa gasped. Darius turned an unflattering shade of red. "Now, I suggest you return to your companion," Jae-won continued, each word precisely placed like chess pieces, "before you embarrass yourself further. The adults are talking." Darius opened his mouth, closed it, then actually walked away, pulling Melissa with him. I stared at this beautiful Korean stranger who just verbally decimated my ex with the casual ease of someone ordering coffee. "That was necessary," he finished. He turned those intense dark eyes on me, and I swear the temperature rose 10 degrees. "I apologize for my nephew's behavior. He's always been an idiot." "Your nephew?" My brain short-circuited. "Wait, Darius is your nephew?" "Unfortunately." His lips curved in genuine amusement. "Which makes this the strangest family reunion I've attended." Zara chose that moment to reach for him, her tiny hands grasping. "Pretty." To my shock, Jae-won's entire expression softened. "Hello, little one. You're much prettier than I am." He looked at me. "Your daughter?" "Yes." "Zara, say hi properly." "Hi proper." Zara giggled. And Kong Jae-won, this intimidating gorgeous man, actually laughed. A real laugh, not the polite chuckle people usually gave kids. It transformed his whole face, made him look younger, more approachable. Dangerous in an entirely different way. She's brilliant, he said. Then, to Zara, do you like roses? There's a beautiful garden outside. 20 minutes later, I was walking through the funeral home's garden with a man I'd just met, watching him point out different flowers to my daughter with the kind of patience that made my ovaries sit up and pay attention. So, I said, you're Darius's uncle. That must make you, what, 50? He shot me an amused look. 36. My sister married a much older man. Their son grew up to be a disappointment. He's 32. Like I said, I'm not much older than my nephew, which has always been awkward. He paused by a rose bush, picking a pink bloom and handing it to Zara. You're very direct. I'm Nigerian. We don't do subtle. I've noticed. It's refreshing. He studied me with that intense gaze again. You're also very beautiful, but I assume you hear that constantly. My traitorous heart skipped. I'm a single mom working 2 jobs and living in a 1-bedroom apartment. The only thing I hear constantly is, Mommy, I'm hungry, and your student loan payment is due. 2 jobs with a degree in accounting. His eyebrow rose. The market is difficult. The market is racist and sexist, but yes. Work for me. I nearly tripped over my own feet. Excuse me. I own several businesses. I need a financial consultant who isn't afraid to be honest. You seem qualified. And honest to the point of bluntness. You don't even know me. I'm an excellent judge of character. He pulled out a business card, black with silver lettering. Think about it. The salary would be comfortable. I looked at the card. Kong Enterprises. International import, export. No salary listed, but the embossed lettering screamed money. Is this a job offer or a proposition? I asked bluntly. Would you like it to be a proposition? His eyes glinted with amusement and something hotter. I don't sleep my way into jobs. Good. I don't hire people I sleep with. Keeps things complicated. He leaned closer, and I caught the scent of expensive cologne and something uniquely him. But for the record, if I wanted to proposition you, Amara, you would know. I'd be much more direct. My name in his mouth with that slight accent did things to me. How do you know my name? I heard your ex say it. I have excellent hearing. He checked his watch, definitely Rolex. I have to go. Think about the job. Call me. He walked away, leaving me standing in a garden with a business card and a racing heart. Zara tugged my hair. Pretty man nice. Yeah, baby, I murmured, watching him disappear around the corner. Pretty man is dangerous. I called him 3 days later. Not because I was desperate. Okay, I was a little desperate. My second job had just cut my hours, but because the salary he'd quoted over text had made me actually drop my phone. We met at a restaurant so fancy I had to YouTube how to eat at expensive Korean restaurants the night before. J1 was already there, looking like he'd stepped out of a magazine in a charcoal suit. He stood when I approached, pulling out my chair. You came, he said, sounding genuinely pleased. You're paying me $150,000 a year to analyze spreadsheets. Of course I came. I'd come dressed as a clown for that salary. He laughed, that same genuine laugh from the funeral. Please don't. I have a thing about clowns. Noted. No clown costumes to work. I appreciate your sacrifice. We ordered. He ordered in Korean, then translated everything for me, which was oddly considerate and attractive. Throughout dinner, we talked business. He explained his companies, plural, apparently he owned 5, the kind of analysis he needed, the flexibility of working from home. It was perfect. Too perfect. What's the catch? I asked, setting down my chopsticks I'd practiced. Perceptive. He refilled my wine. No catch for the job. The job is legitimate. However, I do have a separate proposal. My stomach flipped. I'm listening. Marry me. I choked on my wine. I'm sorry, what? Marry me, he repeated calmly, like he was asking about the weather. Purely business. Contractual. 1 year. Are you insane? We met 5 days ago. 8 days, but who's counting? He leaned back, completely unbothered by my panic. I need a wife for business purposes. You need financial security and, if I'm reading the situation correctly, revenge on my idiot nephew. He wasn't wrong, but still. This is crazy. Is it? Think about it rationally. He started counting on his fingers. 1. I pay off all your debts, including student loans. 2. You receive a settlement of $2 million at the end of the year. 3. Darius loses his mind watching you marry his uncle. 4. Your daughter gets the best schools, healthcare, everything she needs. 5. After 1 year, we divorce amicably, you're financially set, and we both move on. Why do you need a wife? His jaw tightened slightly. Business in Korea is still traditional. Married men are trusted more. I have deals that require a certain image. So hire an actress. I need someone real. Someone who won't fall in love with me or the money. Someone practical. He met my eyes. Someone like you. I should have said no. Any rational person would have said no. But I thought about Zara's daycare bills. My student loans. Working 2 jobs and still barely affording groceries. Darius cutting support to buy a house with his mistress. What about Zara? She comes with you. Obviously. I like children. What about physical stuff? My cheeks heated. His eyes darkened with interest. What about it? Is this marriage real in that way? That would be entirely up to you. His voice dropped lower. I'm attracted to you, Amara. Very attracted. But I would never pressure you. If you want separate bedrooms and a completely platonic arrangement, that's what we'll have. If you want something else. He let the suggestion hang in the air. The tension between us could have powered a small city. This is insane, I repeated. Yes. I'd be crazy to agree. Probably. Give me 24 hours to think about it. Take 48. This is a big decision. He signaled for the check. But, Amara? Whatever you decide about the marriage, the job offer stands. You're brilliant, and I want you working for me regardless. As we left the restaurant, he placed his hand on the small of my back. Just a polite gesture, but it sent electricity racing up my spine. I was so screwed. I talked to my best friend Chioma that night. He wants to what? She screamed through the phone. Marry me. For 1 year. For $2 million. Girl. Is he ugly? No, he's gorgeous. Like, stupid gorgeous. Old. 36. Red flags. I thought about it. Honestly? No. He's been nothing but respectful. The job offer is legitimate, I checked. His businesses are all legal and successful. Then what's the problem? It's crazy, Chi. Crazy is working yourself to death while Darius lives his best life. Crazy is choosing pride over your daughter's future. This man is offering you a way out. But marriage is a piece of paper. You're Nigerian, babe. We're practical. This is a business deal. Get your money, secure Zara's future, and make that deadbeat baby daddy regret every decision he's ever made. She had a point. I called J1 the next morning. Yes, I said when he answered. Yes to the job or yes to everything? Everything. But I have conditions. Name them. I could hear the smile in his voice. 1. Zara comes first. Always. 2. If at any point this arrangement puts her in danger or makes her unhappy, we end it. 3. I want everything in writing, the debts, the settlement, all of it. 4. We tell people the truth about the timeline. I won't pretend this is a love match. Agreed. My conditions: 1. We present as a real couple in public. 2. You attend business events with me as needed. 3. We live together, separate bedrooms if you want, but same house. 4. Complete honesty between us always. Deal. Then, Amara Okonkwo, will you marry me for revenge and mutual benefit? I laughed, slightly hysterical. Yes, Kong Jae-won. I'll marry you for revenge and mutual benefit. Excellent. I'll have the contracts drawn up. And Amara. Yeah. This is going to be fun. He wasn't wrong. We got married at City Hall 2 weeks later. Jae-won wore a navy suit that made him look like a movie star. I wore a cream dress Chioma had insisted I buy, with Zara in a matching outfit looking adorable enough to make my ovaries explode. You look beautiful, Jae-won said when he saw me, and the way his eyes darkened suggested he wasn't just being polite. You clean up nice yourself. I'll take that as the highest compliment from you. We signed papers. The officiant pronounced us married. Jae-won kissed me, a brief, soft press of lips that somehow still made my toes curl. Hello, wife, he murmured against my mouth. Hello, husband, I managed, slightly breathless. Chioma, who'd served as our witness along with Jae-won's business partner, Jin-soo, was crying. This is either the most romantic or most insane thing I've ever seen. Both, Jin-soo said in Korean accented English. Definitely both. Hyung, you're crazy. Crazy works, Jae-won replied, taking Zara from my arms. She immediately grabbed his face. Daddy. My heart stopped. Jae-won's eyes widened slightly. No baby, I started, but Jae-won interrupted. If she wants to call me that, it's okay. He looked at me. If you're okay with it. Was I? This was supposed to be temporary. But looking at how gentle he was with her, how she'd already attached to him. Okay, I whispered. Daddy. Zara declared triumphantly, then planted a wet kiss on his cheek. I'm doomed, Jae-won said, but he was smiling. Completely doomed by two beautiful women in one day. The house, mansion really, was in a gated community in the suburbs. Modern, sleek, with floor-to-ceiling windows and more bathrooms than any human needed. This is where you live. I breathed, taking in the marble floors and chandelier in the entryway. Where we live now, he corrected. Your things will be moved tomorrow. I've prepared a room for Zara next to the master suite, and there's a guest room on the other side if you want your own space. I didn't know what I wanted. He set Zara down, letting her explore. No pressure, Amara. We have time to figure this out. That night, after putting Zara to bed in her new princess bedroom, which had appeared fully furnished with toys and books, I found Jae-won in the kitchen making tea. Can't sleep? He asked. Processing. This is a lot. Regrets. Ask me in a year. I accepted the tea he offered. Why are you really doing this, Jae-won? The truth. He was quiet for a long moment. My family has certain expectations. Traditional expectations. I've been avoiding marriage because most women in my social circle want the lifestyle, not me. You're different. You're honest. You want this for practical reasons, which I respect. And... He paused. You make me laugh. I haven't laughed genuinely in years until I met you. That's kind of sad. It is. But now I have a funny wife and an adorable daughter. Things are looking up. I'm not actually funny. You're hilarious and you don't even try. It's part of your charm. He moved closer, and I caught that scent again. Tell me something, Amara. If this wasn't an arrangement, if we'd met normally, would you have been interested? My cheeks heated. That's a dangerous question. I'm a dangerous man. His eyes held mine. Answer it anyway. Yes, I admitted. I would have been interested. Very interested. Which is why this is complicated. It doesn't have to be. He reached out, tucking a curl behind my ear. The touch sent shivers down my spine. We're married. We're attracted to each other. We like each other. Why can't we explore that? Because in 1 year, we're getting divorced. A lot can happen in a year. J1. He stepped back, giving me space. No pressure. Just think about it. I'm going to bed. Your room or mine is open whenever you want it. He kissed my forehead, sweet chaste, and walked away. I stood in that enormous kitchen, drinking tea, wondering what the hell I'd gotten myself into. The next week was surreally domestic. J1 worked from a home office, which meant he was around constantly. He made breakfast, the man could cook, which was unfair. He played with Zara, teaching her Korean words. He asked about my day, actually listened to the answers. We fell into a routine that felt dangerously like a real marriage. The touching increased. His hand on my back. Fingers brushing when we passed dishes. Him pulling me close when we watched TV, Zara asleep between us. "This is nice," he murmured one night, his arm around my shoulders. "Too nice," I said. "I'm getting used to it." "Would that be so bad?" "Ask me in 11 months. He laughed softly. "Still counting down?" "Someone has to stay practical." "And if I don't want to be practical?" His fingers traced patterns on my arm. "If I want to make this real?" My breath caught. J1. His phone buzzed. He ignored it. It buzzed again. And again. Sighing, he checked it. His expression shifted from relaxed to something harder, more controlled. "I have to take this. Work emergency." He kissed my temple. "Don't wait up." He disappeared into his office. I tried not to worry. This was normal. He was a busy man. But something felt off. Around midnight, I heard voices. Angry voices. In Korean. I crept toward his office, Zara's baby monitor in hand. The door was slightly open. J1 was pacing, phone pressed to his ear, speaking rapid Korean. I caught words I'd learned: money, shipment, problem. Then he switched to English, probably for whoever was on the other end. "I don't care what the syndicate wants. Tell them the terms are non-negotiable. If they push back, remind them what happened to the last group that challenged me." My blood ran cold. "Syndicate? The cargo arrives Thursday. Make sure the port authorities are handled. I've paid enough for their silence." A pause. "Yes, the usual account. And Jinsu? If there's any trouble, eliminate it. Quietly." Eliminate. What the hell did that mean? My wife. J1's voice softened suddenly. "No, she doesn't know. And she won't. This stays separate from my family. Completely separate. If anyone even looks at her or my daughter wrong, you know what to do." I backed away slowly, my heart hammering. What had I married into? I spent the rest of the night researching. Kong Enterprises. Import, export. Legitimate on the surface, but the more I dug, the more inconsistencies I found. Shipments that didn't match manifests. Business partners with questionable backgrounds. Warehouses in locations that made no sense for legal trade. Oh God. The beautiful man I'd married, the gentleman who played with my daughter and made me tea, was involved in something illegal. Possibly very illegal. I was still awake when he came to bed, to the master bedroom, where I'd started sleeping 3 nights ago after he'd kissed me stupid against the kitchen counter. "You're up," he said, surprised. "Couldn't sleep." He climbed in beside me, pulling me close. I stiffened slightly. "What's wrong?" His voice was alert now. "Nothing. Just thinking." "About?" His hand traced my spine, soothing. "Us. This. Whether it's real or pretend anymore." "It's real, Amara. At least for me." He tilted my face up. "Is it real for you?" "Yes. God help me, yes." Despite everything I'd just learned, I was falling for this man. "Yes," I whispered. He kissed me then. Not sweet. Not gentle. Hungry and deep and possessive. I melted into it, into him, pushing away all thoughts of syndicates and shipments and things I didn't understand. His hands moved to the hem of my nightshirt. "Tell me to stop." "Don't stop." Things escalated quickly. Clothes disappeared. His mouth was everywhere. My neck, my collarbone lower. I gasped when he... Bang! The bedroom door slammed open. I screamed. J1 moved faster than should be humanly possible, pushing me behind him, his body a shield. That's when I saw the man. Black suit. Gun. Pointed directly at us. Not at us. At Zara's teddy bear, which was sitting on the chair by the window. Mrs. Kong, the man said in Korean accented English, his expression apologetic but firm, your husband would like a word. My husband. But Jae-won was my husband. Wait. Mihoya, Jae-won said, his voice deadly calm but somehow also annoyed. I told you to use the back entrance when my wife is home. Wife. He'd said wife singular. Like this was normal. Like men with guns appeared in his bedroom regularly. What the hell is happening? I demanded, clutching the sheet to my chest. Jae-won turned to me, and for the first time since I'd met him, he looked uncertain. Almost afraid. Amara, I can explain. Hyung Nim, the man Miho, interrupted in Korean, the shipment was intercepted. The Park family is demanding a meeting. Tonight. Handle it. They specifically requested you. And Miho's eyes flicked to me. They know about your wife. They want to meet her. Every muscle in Jae-won's body tensed. Absolutely not. It wasn't a request. The temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. When Jae-won spoke again, his voice was different. Harder. Colder. The voice of someone used to being obeyed without question. Tell Park Dong-min that my wife is off limits. If he insists, remind him what happened to the last man who threatened what's mine. Jae-won, I said carefully, who exactly are you? He looked at me, and I saw it clearly now. The danger I'd sensed from the beginning. The edge beneath the gentleman. The predator hiding behind the smile. I'm exactly who I said I was, he said quietly. A businessman. I just didn't mention what kind of business. What kind of business involves men with guns and people being eliminated? Silence. Miho backed toward the door. I'll give you two some privacy. But Hyung Nim, we need an answer by morning. He left. The door clicked shut. I stared at my husband. My gorgeous, gentle, dangerous husband. Talk, I demanded. Now. What are you really involved in? Jae-won ran a hand through his hair, looking more stressed than I'd ever seen him. I'm the CEO of Kong Enterprises. That part is true. We do import, export. Also true. What I didn't tell you is that we import and export everything, including things that aren't entirely legal. And I'm the head of one of the 3 major Korean crime families in Seoul. The room spun. You're a mob boss? We prefer organization, but yes. Essentially. Are you insane? My voice rose to a shriek. I have a daughter. I married you thinking you were a legitimate businessman. I am a legitimate businessman. 70% of my business is legal. 30% isn't. I was going to tell you. When? After our first anniversary? After someone shot at us? When Jae-won? He moved toward me. I scrambled back. Don't, I warned. Don't come near me. Pain flashed across his face. Amara, please. Let me explain. Explain what? That I've put my daughter in danger? That everything you said was a lie? I never lied about my feelings. His voice rose to match mine. Everything between us is real. The only thing I didn't tell you was about my work, and that was to protect you. Protect me? There's a man with a gun in our house. He works for me. He would never hurt you. How is that supposed to make me feel better? We stared at each other, both breathing hard. A small voice came from the doorway. Mama? Why yelling? My heart shattered. Zara stood in the doorway, clutching her stuffed rabbit, tears on her cheeks. I rushed to her, scooping her up. It's okay, baby. Mama's sorry for yelling. Daddy sad. She pointed at Jae-won. He looked wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. I'm okay, sweetheart, he said softly. Just a grown-up talk. No yelling, Zara said firmly. Nice words. Despite everything, I almost laughed. My 3-year-old was mediating a fight about organized crime. You're right, Jae-won said. Nice words only. He looked at me. Amara, I know you're angry. You have every right to be. But please, let me explain everything. Let me tell you the whole truth. And then, if you want to leave, if you want to end this, I'll give you everything I promised and more. I'll make sure you and Zara are protected and set for life. But please, just hear me out. I wanted to say no. I wanted to pack Zara up and run. But looking at him, seeing the genuine fear in his eyes, the fear of losing us. Fine, I said coldly. You have until morning. And J1? If I don't like what I hear, I'm gone. Contracts be damned. His jaw tightened. Understood. I carried Zara back to her room, tucked her in, sang her favorite song until she fell asleep. When I returned to the bedroom, J1 was sitting on the edge of the bed, head in his hands. Start talking, I said. And it better be good. Because right now, I'm trying to decide if I married a criminal or just a liar. He looked up, eyes dark with regret and something that looked a lot like fear. Both, he said quietly. I'm both. And I'm so sorry, Amara. But I'm also a man who's falling in love with you. And if you'll let me, I'll spend the rest of our time together proving that who I am with you is the truest version of myself I've ever been. My breath caught. Before I could respond, his phone buzzed again. He checked it. His face went pale. What? I demanded. What now? He turned the phone toward me. It was a photo. Of me and Zara. From today. At the park. The message below it read, "Beautiful family you have, Kong. It would be a shame if something happened to them." And that's where we're leaving part 1. Did you see that coming? This is getting insane. If you're hooked and need to know what happens next, you better hit that subscribe button right now. My mom still doesn't think this can hit 10k views and 1k subscribers. Prove her wrong. Like this video, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from, and I'll see you in part 2 where things get even more dangerous and romantic. Will Amara stay? Will she protect Zara? And who sent that threatening photo? Find out soon.